Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host and very good friend is Dave.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are covering Love Island UK Season 10, Episodes 16 and 17. Now, Chris, where would you like to start today?
Dave, there's only one word only. Begins with an S, ends in a Y, and it's Sammy, Dave. I'm trying to think of a smart-ass comment.
I thought it was a different word, to be honest.
Maybe shithousery, I don't know. But he is, I said it in the last episode, he's a fake nice guy. He's got a temper on him. He's a little wanker, Dave. And boy, does he need to grow up. Because, I mean, TV-wise, it's infuriating, but it's also like, as we keep saying, we need this guy. He's a fucking knobhead, but he's like, unbelievable what he's getting up to and the actual hypocrisy and double standards that he lives by, and he can't see it yet in his life. I'm hoping he does as he gets older. It's classic TV for me, Dave. I'm just like, oh my God, you are not self-aware at all at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Chris, you know I like to stay on the fence on these things, but I do think Sammy is an argumentative prick. I mean, it just cannot take anything at all, and you see it. It is consistent behavior. So when anyone says anything that he doesn't like, he's like, well, fuck you kind of thing. You know, it doesn't quite say that, but, you know, he gets really defensive, doesn't he? And then he almost, it's like the red mist descends. It's like he's just not really listening to what the other person's saying.
Yeah.
And, you know, he really didn't like the whole fact that, you know, people had said, I mean, that him and, what's her name? Jess weren't, you know, compatible for whatever fucking reason. And it's great, this, isn't it? And this is why, Chris, I thought Love Island, as we knew it, was dead, because everyone was so great at playing the game. But this bellend hasn't fucking read the script. So it makes for more entertainment. But it's kind of entertaining, and you're shaking your fist at the screen as well. But it's like, look, they've got to pick someone. And, you know, none of them are fucking self-aware at all, because, you know, he's seeing his ass because, you know, I mean, they're arguing half the fucking time, and everyone can see kind of how they're being. But Mitch, my favourite, the king of lack of self-awareness, is like, what do you mean me and Leah are incompatible? He's surprised as well. We'll come back to Mitch, I'm sure. But yeah, I really didn't like it. And when he made Catherine cry as well, fucking bang out of order. And I don't know if a producer's had a word with him or something later, but he kind of went back with his tail between his legs and sort of apologized, but not really. But, you know, what was he saying now? Something like, you know, I'm sorry about that, but the words that I used are what I meant. No, I thought you were going to apologize there, but no, you're just doubling down, you dick.
Yeah, and you know what? You've described it perfect, because what got me, Dave, was he's seen his ass, as you said. Him and Jess are just fucking arguing, the bitching. Jess is spending so much time with Mitch. Mitch is sleazing on. He's doing the, as I said in the last episode, I won't treat you like that, you know, Jess, if you were my girl. And he's even doing, Mitch is even doing a fake fucking, you know, recoupling thing in front of her and all this shit. And she's not. But then what gets me is this all happens, and Jess is literally flirting with Mitch, and she's there flirting away. And I'm thinking, right, these two are going to be together. She's slating Sammy. Sammy and Jess tell themselves that they're compatible, but none of their actions on the show any of us that, one, they've got any chemistry, and two, that they are actually compatible, because they just fucking moan and whinge at each other. I think most of the time it's Sammy. I do think Jess was wrong. And so when it did get to that, like, voting thing, and he had a real problem with Maddie and Whitney and Scott and Catherine, not, you know, they were the least compatible, and they were actually ahead of them in, like, the picks. They didn't get picked. And then Scott comes over and he's saying, well, I don't agree with that. And he had an adult conversation, measured conversation with him. And then Sammy went, well, I'm sticking by what I said. I believe it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but you're fucking moaning because everyone else is doing the same thing. They don't think you're compatible because you're a fucking bellend offending everybody and just being downright nasty at times, whether you know that or not. And they're not allowed to say you two are incompatible. And even Jess, I was like, no, Jess, you're wrong here. And I didn't like what she did. When she got the tears and the girls around her going, I can't believe you've even picked us. We're the most compatible. And it's like, you're spending too much time with Sammy because they were both out of order, both a pair of bellends with that whole situation, Dave. I do think Jess needs to get away from him, but that's the influence of this Sammy at the moment. And she's going along. And it's like, I said to Sam about half an hour into the episode going, what the fuck are we watching here? They're moaning on a popularity contest that they're not popular. So fucking what? It's Love Island. That's what it's about. They may be picking them because they feel like they're a threat and they could go all the way. Don't think they could. I think Jess may have a chance of going all the way. And possibly Sammy could be there, maybe Luca Bish style. But at the moment, he is so unpopular, and quite rightly, because he's an absolute dick, Dave. And it's been great TV, but like you said, fist, like the old Homer Simpson, the fist is at the screen like, oh, are you for real? So I've loved it for the little bits of drama, but my God, is he not aware of himself?
I don't think I can completely wash away Jess's involvement, as being influenced by Sammy. I definitely think, some of the arguments that they have, it's like, I don't think I agree with either of you. Like, both of them are basically saying, it's okay for me to chat to other people, but not you. That is the essence of both of their arguments, so I just, it's fucking great, Chris. I'm loving it.
Brilliant. It's been so good. So good. Now, Dave, Mehdi and Whitney. Now, loads of people have said on our chat, on the Facebook, online, Twitter, everything, they've said like a lot of people don't like Mehdi and they feel like there's a little bit of controlling over Whitney and they're not compatible and stuff. And I've read loads of things like that. I thought, and I said it, you can go back to the episode. I was like, oh, we've got two people having grown up conversation. However, Dave, the actual first look looks like Mehdi makes a play for another Islander, Dave. And he's dressed like something from the 80s, like he's at a country club. He's got the jumper wrapped round his neck. You know what I'm talking, Dave? Remember Clark Kent in Superman 3, where he's got that round the old polo club look with a shirt? And he's making a play for Leah from nowhere, Dave. And I'm like, what is going on here? So, yeah, Mehdi and Whitney, they had a kiss in the previous episode from nowhere. Again, everyone was like you said, you were probably right. Like, it looked like they were steered towards it. And then now Mehdi's head is turned. So I fucking loving it, Dave. Like you said, we get to Casa Amor. There might not be anybody here anyway by the time we get there because these lot are just flip-flopping all over the place.
I'm so looking forward to that, though, because again, they are flip-flopping. But, again, they've all got that chip on their shoulder that, they've kind of got the rights to talk to whoever they want, but the person that they're interested in doesn't. Now, I don't know. I've not seen enough. I think I'd said that of Mehdi and Whitney, but yeah, I haven't watched it. But thanks for the spoiler.
I'm teasing you, Dave. I'm teasing you.
So let's see. I mean, it sounds like it might be another explosive one. I just think, maybe I'd pay more attention to Mehdi and Whitney and whether they would, kind of really have a chance of making it if the other couples weren't so toxic and occupied my mind quite as much. But I think let's see where they go there. I mean, I'd seen the things about kind of Mehdi, like a few little controlling red flags. Again, I honestly, hands up, I hadn't picked up on that, but we'll see where that one goes. What do you make of Scott and Catherine, though, as well, Chris? I mean, that conversation with Scott and
Leah,
not Leah, Sammy.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Like I say. You mentioned it before, but I thought Scott approached that in quite a mature way. But then even he was doing like, look, it's just my opinion. You're not suited. But why is it your opinion? I don't agree with your opinion about me and Catherine. So he was a bit of a hypocrite there as well. But again, I just felt like he approached it like an adult and Sammy approached it like a child, like he'd spat his dummy. And so it did make me think though, like Scott and Catherine, have they got something?
I don't think so. I think even Catherine, she's a bit bored of him. She knows she's got to stay with him for the show. Scott, obviously, that weird interaction with Leah, again, nowhere. You know, he was getting fucking he couldn't. I was about to say he's getting fanny flutters, Dave, but that'd be. But he was getting butterflies. He was getting. There was a bit of something there between them. We've not seen it since, though. Bad choice of word, that, but yeah.
He needed a cushion, Chris.
Yes, that's what we meant. Yeah. As I said, tuck it in your waistband, Dave. Yeah, I think so. But because we've not seen anything since of them. I mean, Scott and Catherine seem quite nice together, and he's never mentioned Leah, so I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Leah is up to. Like when she does her flirting, she just seems to have dead eyes to me. She doesn't actually seem that interested. But I mean, let's see. But Chris, I mean, we do get a couple of new Islanders in, don't we? We get Mal and Montel.
Yeah, which
Montel,
I think it is. But obviously, Mitch goes on a date, Dave. She's just this type, apparently. Now, I'll be honest with you. He said you've got nice teeth. Now, I'm not being funny, Dave. I did think he said you've because he's been so direct with some of you, like saying to who was it? Oh, you've got a look great body. Was it Leah? But I thought he said something else beginning with T, Dave. And I stood up and went, what's he just said? And then he went, oh, the nice and white. I was like, oh, hang on, right. He didn't say what I thought he said, but there you go. He is a tit, though, Dave, himself. But I thought that's what he was alluding to. I got that wrong. It was teeth, everyone, teeth. So I don't know. He's a fucking bellend as well, Dave.
He's so great, though. He's just so ridiculous. I mean, he is Gareth from The Office, just trying it on with everyone, and just. I really dislike the stuff that he's saying to Jess about, oh, I wouldn't treat you like that. And, he said, oh, you could make an upgrade to me. I mean, don't know if you've seen this show before, Mitch, but those kind of words can sometimes come back to haunt you.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's brilliant, isn't it?
I mean, everyone can see already. It's quite obvious. Like, Chris, have we ever seen it where there's so many little pockets of Islanders in the morning? I mean, normally you see, I'm sure a couple of seasons ago, it was all the girls and all the boys together and they'd discuss and strategize about how the day's going to go. And then last season, you had a little bit of a split off, didn't you? You had like Davide went off with the likes of Jay and stuff. And then there was another camp over here. It seems to be more so. I don't know if it's just recency bias, but it seems to be more so with this season that, there's these little cliques within the group.
I think that doesn't just go across the guys. I think the girls are the same, Dave.
Yeah.
They're not in harmony like normally. Like you said, I think even the winter one had it where the girls go, that thing where the girls go on the fucking balcony and next minute someone comes and brings a fucking cup of tea or goes, look, I've made you 2 rounds of toast with butter on. Oh, sorry, Gordon Ramsay. Fuck me, that's amazing. Wow, what a guy. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck off. You know what I mean? So it's ridiculous. So we haven't seen that yet, have we? Where they're all there like discussing tactics. And there hasn't been any code words yet, Dave. That's all I can see. Because you remember, we had code words for when people were getting a bit of a milkshake and stuff like that, I believe. There was words like that. So yes, so you're right. At the moment, he's very splintered, the actual whole villa. But that's a good thing for us watching, because it's not the same things. I do think, as you say that, one of the things I was quite interested in was when Maya Jama come in, Dave, all hail the Queen, but this thing where Mitch, Leah, Sam and Jess are not actually together. So they've split them up. And then obviously Mel and Montel come in and they can date them. So I thought that was quite interesting. So they're not actually couples at the moment, which is something a little bit different. I was thinking of this theory, Mitch and Jess together, but I don't think they are. I just think it's a different play from the producers. A fair play. It's something I can't remember that happening before.
Yeah. And yeah. Do you think Mitchell and Jess will end up together? I mean, it seems to be steering that way, but Jess will probably have a bit of a cry about how she's not, perfectly coupled with Sammy, and that might keep her with Sammy a bit.
I think I think Sammy will be the downfall of their relationship. If she ends up with Mitch, it'll be Sammy's fault. I do in the back of my head think, though, Dave, they're both Sammy and Jess are from the same area. And if you're going to create an online social media influencer relationship, it's a lot easier to do it than from a lad when they live in like the Essex way, down that way, than someone who lives up in Yorkshire. I know it sounds thingy, but if you was being a bit of a cynic and a Love Island, aficionado, then I would say that Sammy would be the surefire bet for that career afterwards. However, Sammy is doing an absolute shit job of PRing himself. So I don't know, but I do think it'll be Sammy who pushes him into Mitch's arms, and it'll be his own fault if that happens.
So being from, and intending to live in approximately the same part of the country seems like a very mature and pragmatic thing to do.
Stop it now. You just shut me up.
Do you think these Highlanders are going to make that decision?
I don't know. As soon as he started that sentence, I'm like, yeah, shut up, Dave. You're right. I was just throwing a reality radar little prediction in there. But yes, we
haven't quite had the Hail Mary yet, but it will come, I'm sure.
I think so. Yeah, we've not had that yet, Dave. Don't worry, Dave. I'm still evaluating everything. So I think that's it. I mean, it's been great. And I've really enjoyed watching it at night, thinking what's going on. And there was a few rumours of last night's episode saying like, these actually Islanders refuse to film with each other. It's absolutely sensational. And then when I watched it, it was like, no, it's pretty much a standard Love Island episode. At least we got a bit of bickering. It wasn't what they were building it up to be, I'd read online, Dave. Anyway, so it's strange that. But yeah, let's see tonight. I'm really looking forward to it. And I've said to you, it's the first time in a long time that Love Island is I've actually enjoyed turning it on and getting to 9 o'clock instead of going, oh, fuck my life. I'm actually like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm staying awake.
Yeah, whether it's the casting, whether it's the producers prodding or whatever the ingredients are, I think they're getting it right this season for sure.
100%. So, Dave, we've had an email from our good friend Matt all the way from Chicago. So he's put, sup, gents, new fan here. Just started listening to you guys 2 weeks ago, and after me and the missus figured out how to watch Love Island here in the States live so we can enjoy the social media journey without the spoilers. As a fan, I just wanted to toss in my 2 cents. He put pounds, quid. So he's obviously English good lad. But the casting this season has been top notch and the plot twist has been refreshing. It's like they're fighting off possible relegation after season 9, pulling out all the stops to right the ship. I love that everyone is so incompatible that Elle and Ty got the first hideaway because they've been civil for like 9 hours. Just more proof that Casa Amor and movie night will be legendary. Keep up the good work. Cheers from Chicago, Matt. So thanks a lot, Matt. That was a great email. And he's not wrong because I think you said that, didn't you? I think they were the only ones who weren't arguing. It's sort of like, well, all right, you two can go in there because you're not going to kick off. So yeah, that's a great idea, actually. That's a great email and a great analysis.
Chris, the movie night and the recoupling from the last season was pretty damn good. And think how bland most of it was.
I know.
I think the producers are going to have a problem in cutting down the material. So what are they going to show to this lot? Chris, it is going to go off, I think, like it hasn't gone off before.
Oh, I can't wait, mate, honestly. And I'm so glad we're along for the journey. It's been good fun. I was so dreading this series, Dave. And the more it's gone on, I'm like, I'm so glad we're back. I'm so glad we're back. So yeah, very, very enjoyable. So let's see. As always, guys, please get over to Facebook, Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast on Facebook. Come and join us. It's the race to 700 friends over there. So please come and join us. If you know anybody who loves Love Island or you're listening in, come and join us. If you want to email us, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media, @cdrealitycast. If you do want to support us a little bit more, get over to patreon.com/cdrealitycast. So today's roll call of honor is, and a big thank you to Amanda, Larissa, Helen, Alex, Macy, Nicola, Emma, Fiona, Cassie, Megan, Kate, Maggie, Kristen, Zoe, Gillian, Keith, Helen, Brianna, Chloe, Noreen, Joanna, Libby, Katie, Dee Dee, Susan, Tracy, Lauren, Lucky Lulu Green, and Kate Gustafson. So thank you so much, guys. It's amazing all the support we get with this show. And it's ridiculous because whatever show we cover, and we appreciate everyone who listens to us. Love Island is just a different level for emails, interaction, the Facebook, the Discord. It's just alive, isn't it? It's absolutely brilliant. And also, any of our patrons listening in, guys, I'll send a link to you. But if you do come over and join us on Discord, and we do that live chatting as the show's on, as we do on Facebook and that. So come and join us.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, sir. It's been so much fun again. We'll be back likely on Saturday, I think. So we're trying to keep up our one every couple of episodes kind of cadence. Yep. But thanks to all the people out there who support us. Thanks to all our listeners. And we'll speak to you next time.
Bye.